Welcome back into Te Akau TV. Louis Herman-Watt coming at you with your Premiership leading trainer, Jamie Richards, who joins me on a Thursday previewing an awesome weekend of racing we have ahead of us. Not a Group 1, that'll come the weekend after. We're at Ellerslie, but Jamie, last weekend at Counties up the road from UG, that was a good effort, Quinella-ing the Counties Cup.
Yeah, it's been a race that's been good to us last couple of years within a twinkling. And, he's a bit of a difficult horse, but it's good to see him back in form there, back on top of the ground and over a trip. He's really good, aided by a lovely ride by Opie and Savion Blanc. She's just the victim of a bad barrier, had to go back, got held up in the straight and really flashed at the line. So couple of really good runs.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to get to Ellerslie and the team you have coming here on Saturday, but I've actually managed to make it down to the farm out there at David and Karen's place, and I've nicked myself a hat, and I got to kind of spend a bit of time on the property there. And I tell you who I had lots of cuddles with, as well as my lovely girlfriend, but it was Melody Belle. Now, I haven't been around Melody Belle, and she was in the paddock, and she's shot off back to where you are at Matamata today, I believe. But what a placid, what an amazing natured horse. And I was just blown away. And you wonder why she runs so fast when she gets out there. She doesn't waste a lot of energy in the paddock, does she?
No, she's champion. She's been great for the stable, great for Fortuna, great for my career in the early part of it. And can't thank her enough for everything that she's done for all of us. So she's back in the stable today, just got on here before. So we're going to get her ready for the Thorndon and then hopefully into the Herbie Dyke at Te Rapa, and we're really keen to try and better that record that Sunline set with the Group 1 wins, and then we might look at Australia after that, all going well.
So a couple of Group 1s in the not so far future, and Pris, who's had a lovely piece of work this week as well with Opie on. Captain Cook, that's Saturday week. How's he tracking?
Yeah, he's going really well. Very pleased with him. His form reads really well. We didn't have a lot of luck the last day there at Hastings. He's too close to the speed. Race without cover. He could well be a miler. So we will just give him a little bit of work here Saturday, Tuesday, and that should have him spot on. I think he's going down there in really good order, and it'd be a very good chance.
And Avantage, people will be wanting to know, is Avantage so all set for the railway? Levante was just something incredible, and we'll have people turning their heads looking towards that race, but she's all set to there and she'll go straight towards that race? Yeah,
that's the plan at this stage. She's only really had a couple of three-quarter paces, so she's still got a little bit of work to do. She'll have a trial and an exhibition gallop before then, and usually does take a run to come right. So we'll head to the railway and then to the Telegraph, which she won last year, and then onwards towards Te Rapa, possibly Otaki, and then back to Ellerslie, all going well.
Excellent stuff, Jamie. All right, let's rip in then. Ellerslie this weekend, race 1, Bentley's Chartered Accountants 1400 Open Handicap. It's a good race to start the day, and Star of Bombay from gate 3 with Craig Grills carrying 54 kilograms. The 4-year-old mare couldn't quite get the gap last start, but she's pretty well weighted here, isn't she?
Yeah, so Star of Bombay has been a touch disappointing. Not sure how genuine she's been. So she races on Saturday with a set of blinkers on for the first time. She was sort of ready to go a fortnight ago and got cast and just got held up a little bit. But we're back to Ellerslie, where she has won a stakes race. Craig Grill's on, who has had a good association with her, and off her work, she can turn her form around very quickly.
Excellent stuff. She's not bad. Also lines up in this race from the 1 gate. Danielle Johnson on 54. He's remarkable mare, and she kept chasing over the 1200 last time. 3 of the 4 I know have come from 1400, the wins that is. So that's what she gets on Saturday. Yeah,
she's going well. Happy with her. She's in file. The work's been good, and she can give a bit of cheek up to 1400. And we're just trying to get a little bit of black print for her before she's retired to Mapley's Broodmare Band.
Excellent stuff. There you go. She's not bad. Maybe circle that one. Eagle Charters Maiden 1100. This is for the 2-year-olds. A couple of first starters here. One in particular that is very exciting. Sneaky Shark out of barrier 9 with Danielle Johnson doing the riding, 57.5. By Capitalists, 1 trial and a really, really super display, kind of hitting the line with the ears pricked. What can you tell us about this character, Jamie?
Yeah, he's a nice colt. We like him. Work's been good. He's only had the one soft trial, which is probably, the only question mark for us is whether he's fit enough and forward enough for this. A couple of these other horses in here have got big reputations, have trialled up more than he has. So look, he's a talented colt, goes into the race in good shape. Slightly awkward barrier draw, but we'll go forward and hopefully we can get a bit of money in the bin for the Cracker Million at the end of January.
Yeah, it's a good 2-year-old race, isn't it? And there are some reputations, you're right. Millefiori is another one you've got here. Matthew Cameron's doing the riding with 55.5. Now, this is an Ifraj filly who's trialled pretty nicely too, Jamie. So what do we know about this filly?
Yeah, we like her as well. Trials have been good. She's not what I would call a real natural running 2-year-old. She's got a bit of scope and a bit of size, but her work has been good. I think the low barrier there's a help to her. She'll race up and behind the speed and be given every chance. So two really nice 2-year-olds. Not often do you get a field of 12 2-year-olds where there hasn't been one horse that's been a starter. So there could be carnage and greenness there on Saturday, but our two have prepared well and go into the race in good shape.
Yeah, it'll be a fascinating watch, that's for sure. And it's probably worth pointing out, Sneaky Shark is not eligible for the Karaka Million, is he?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
He is. Perfect. Oh,
he's good.
He's good. There, well worth pointing out then. So have an eye on that one then. Both horses are eligible there. As we move forward, Dunstan Feed Stayers Champs qualifier over 2,200. You're welcome. Out of gate 14, Troy Harris carrying 59. Camelot Gelding got stuck in a kind of an odd dog fight last start and then eventually kind of relented before finishing pretty strongly for 4th. Is he a natural stayer, do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, he is. He's by Camelot, out of a European mare. Hasn't had a lot of luck his last couple. Joe, he just let him slide for a furlong too far last time, but he, showed a good bit of tenacity and fought on. His 3 runs have all had merit, and with a little bit of luck and running, he's got to be a really good each way chance from a bit of a sticky barrier.
Excellent stuff. Race 5. The Stella Artois 1500 Championship qualifier. It's a rating 74 over 1200 metres. Vamos Bebe. I never know how to say it. I don't know if George Simon or anyone does. Bebe, how do you say it, Jamie?
Vamos Bebe, I think, is the way to say it. I think she's a pretty good mare, this. Her last couple of wins have been really exciting. She's drawn a bit of a sticky gate, but she was good at the trials at Taupo. We sort of picked this race out a little while ago off the back of a freshen up, and she was probably, one of our better chances for the weekend.
There you go. Willpower with Sam Weatherly carrying 57 out of gate 9. Also on the race, Vamos Baby coming from 13. That was probably the tricky draw, was probably the only thing there. Gate 9 with Willpower, the power gelding. He also lines up. What do we know here about this bloke, Jamie?
He worked like an open handicapper this morning, but he raced like a retiree at Hastings. So he needs to step up quickly. Drawn a bit of an awkward gate, but we'll just go back, ride him for a little bit of cover. Visor blinkers go on. If he puts his best foot forward, he can be competitive, but it's whether he wants to do it or not. Okay,
there you go. And race 8, the Stella Artois, also 1500 Championship qualifier, over 1400. A few lining up here, I believe. Enrichment from 3 with Joe Cameroon. He claims the 4, so down to 55.5. Started this campaign with a second.
Yeah, he was really good at Hastings the other day. He was actually in at Te Rapa yesterday in the last race, but we scratched him and Excitonic after they got those couple of heavy downpours. They ate well last night and have done a little bit of work this morning. And I think, if they're going to get a nice track up there, then they'll probably both go around. They wouldn't have had a conventional lead into racing this week, but they'll both go there and be, genuine each-way chances.
And so you've still got Keke Star with Danielle Johnson out of gate 2 and Reiko out of 4 with Michael McNabb.
Yeah, both of those mares were entered at Te Rapa. We scratched them early at preference for waiting for here, so that's worked out well. They've drawn nice gates. They've worked out well. Keke Star hasn't had a lot of luck. Her last couple, after winning well at Taupo, she's tripped up by the wet track at Matamata and then didn't have a lot of room at at Te Rapa. She's going well. She's a nice mare. And Reiko just hasn't had the best of preparations. Was good first up. Then we ran her on a wet track. Then we dropped her back to 1200. So she's been a little bit all over the show. But her work's been good. And I think back up to 1400 now should suit her from a nice low barrier.
Excellent stuff. Now, to my book, that's about it all. That's about all we've got, Jamie. But as always, we need a best. Top us up, would you?
We had 3 in at Whanganui, but just the wet track. Just we'll stay at home. So keep an eye out for Te Akau TV. Will probably go to the Open 2100 at Ellerslie next week. He's just been held up a little bit, but he's going very well, so punters can follow him. And best for the weekend is probably Bebe. She looks a really progressive mare, and we've been pleased with how she's come up.
Excellent stuff, mate. Well, all the best for this weekend to you, to the owners, to the connections. It's a great time, a very exciting time in racing as we kind of ramp up. Next week, we'll be talking about a Group 1, and then from there, it really does heat up through the summer and into the Karaka Million, which is an awesome time of year for Te Akau and everyone involved in racing. So thank you, Jamie Richards.